So, I went book shopping today. So, as you can see, I went book shopping and I bought some books at Bookmarx, which is a secondhand bookstore in downtown Springfield. I also went to Pagination, which is an indie bookstore. So, kind of different. I did sell some paperbacks and some books that I just have not liked in the past couple weeks and got store credit. So I only really paid for one of these books at Bookmarx, and then I paid full price at Pagination for about 3 books. So we're just going to go over what I bought. The first two I have are Soul Legacy and Haunted Legacy. This is part of the Secret Legacy series by Carissa Andrews. They didn't have book 1, so I'm going to have to purchase book 1 full price, or maybe I can find it on Thrift Books. I don't know. I have not looked yet. But this is basically about a magic school that has to do with necromancy magic and ghosts and raising the dead and stuff like that. So I was definitely down my aisle, or up my alley. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day and it's still kind of hot. So a little hot, a little sweaty. So, which is why I changed my sweater, because I needed something that was a lot more lightweight and cool, because I'm really hot right now. So, excuse me if my brain starts short-circuiting. Then I got What Once Was Mine. It's a Disney's Twisted Tales, and this is Rapunzel's. And theirs is What If Rapunzel's Mother Drank a Potion from the Wrong Flower. Now, I have never seen Tangled. So I don't know how much of this is going to make sense. I might have to watch Tangled. I've been meaning to, because they added both Rapunzel and Flynn into Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I feel like I should probably watch Tangled to kind of understand their story and who they are as characters. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to read this one, but now this is my third Disney's Twisted Tales that I have in my collection now. Then this next one, I really surprised myself by buying it, but I couldn't resist. It's a big book talk, booktube book, and that is Haunting Adeline. I was not going to pay full price for this or anything like that, but it's a lot thicker than I thought it was. I did not realize it was this big. I think this is the first one, isn't it? Because there's Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, I think. So, I hope this is the first one. Probably should have looked that up before I bought it, but hey, it was, I don't even know how much. It's not that, it was $9. So, I went ahead and bought it. I got it on store credit, so it's not like I really paid for it. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see if I like it or not. I know it's a dark romance, and I'm not going to explain anything else to you, because you should probably know because of BookTube and everything. Then I got another Disney's Twisted Tales, and this one is Unbirthday. And it says, what if Wonderland was in peril and Alice was very, very late? Now, this one I probably will really like, because I love Alice in Wonderland. Not so much the Disney movie, more of the remakes with Tim Burton. So I like those, but I have seen Alice in Wonderland. I do know the story, so I'm really excited to read this. That means this is number 4 in my Disney's Twisted Tales collection. So I am slowly acquiring all of them. It'd be really cool if I could acquire all of them through Bookmarx. That would just be super cool. Then we have Crazy Spooky Love, which this is the first one that I actually paid for, because it was new, brand new, it's a new release and everything. So I had to pay full price for this one. That's fine. I didn't really care. This one, it says, in the leafy, charming town of Chapelwick, the bittersweet family has been a fixture on High Street for as long as anyone can remember. Their rambling, black and white building houses all 3 generations of ghost-sensitive bittersweet women and their business blithe spirits. On her 27th birthday, Melody Bittersweet converts the disused back storeroom into her office and opens her own business. Unlike the rest of her family, she's not taking messages from the ghost, she's taking them out. Right away, the freshly minted girls' ghost-busting agency takes on its first case, a grand old house that won't sell because a trio of incumbent ghost brothers raise merry hell whenever prospective owners come to view it. It soon becomes clear that there's a whole heap of unfinished business between the Scarborough brothers, including murder, and Melody isn't the only one trying to unravel the mystery. Leo Dark, her rakish ex and business rival, is also on the case, along with a TV crew trailing him. To make matters worse, the sarcastic and skeptical and annoyingly good-looking local reporter Fletcher Gunn has his nose in the story as well. Sniffing out a way to publicly discredit the bittersweets is his favorite assignment, and has absolutely nothing to do with his inability to resist Melody. With her business on the line, it's up to Melody to work out the brothers' issues, but can she protect her own very susceptible heart from Fletcher's charm? Does she even want to? So, it's like a paranormal, like, romance, which is my favorite brand of romance besides taboo and like dark romance and stuff like that. So yeah, I just saw this sitting there and I was like, this looks so cute, because Bookmarx is where I discovered I forget the author, but the author of A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I bought that book there and loved it, and like now it's one of my favorite books ever. So I thought, might as well pick this up. Like, a lot of books I've bought at Bookmarx have not steered me wrong yet. So, and then the last one we have is In Charm's Way by Lana Harper. I will read the back of this to you because I don't really know what this one is about either. I kind of like briefly skimmed the back. It says, a witch struggling to regain what she has lost casts a forbidden spell, only to discover much more than she expected. 6 months after having been hit with a power surge that nearly obliterated her memory, Delilah Harlow is still picking up the pieces. Her once diamond-sharp mind has become shaky and unreliable, and bristly, self-sufficient Delilah is forced to rely on friends, family, and her raven familiar for help. In an effort to reclaim her wits and former independence, she casts a dangerous blood spell meant to harness power with healing capabilities. While the spell does restore clarity, it also unexpectedly turns Delilah into an irresistible beacon for the kind of malevolent, supernatural creatures that have never before ventured into Thistle Grove. One night, just as things are about to go terribly sideways with a rogue succubus, a mysterious stranger appears in the nick of time to save Delilah's soul. Gorgeous, sultry, and as dangerous as the knife she carries, Katarina Quinn is a hunter of monsters, and half human, half fae herself. She is the kind of sly and morally gray being Delilah would normally find horrifying. Though Delilah balks at the idea of a partnership, she has no choice but to roll the dice on their collaboration. As the two delve deeper into the power that underlies Thistle Grove, they uncover not only the town's secret hidden history, but also a risky attraction that could upend Delilah's life. So this is a sapphic romance, which I did not know because like I said, I briefly scanned the back. That's interesting. I don't read a lot of sapphic romance, but hey, maybe I'll love it. Who knows? So those were my books from Bookmarx. Now we're going to go over the books that I bought from Pagination. The first one is by Sarah Hawley, Servant of Earth, who, like I said, wrote the Glimmer Falls series. So that is Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch, and there's another one with a werewolf in it that I don't remember the title of. It probably says in here. Oh, A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. I have not read that one. I don't know if I'm going to. I know it has to do with the main character's boss from the first book, because he's a werewolf. Not sure who the vampire is. Maybe she pops up in the second book that I've not read yet. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, it's Sarah Hawley, like automatic buy. Like, she is an auto buy author for me. Even though I said I'm probably not going to read the werewolf one, but that's just because I don't really do werewolves. But who knows? I might end up buying that one. Not quite sure yet. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, it's Sarah Hawley. She's got a new romantasy series. Like, sign me the fuck up. So I'm going to read this. It has fae in it, so of course I had to buy it because I'm in my fae era, as I like to say, with all the fairy books I've been reading. It says, in the underground fae realm, only the strongest and most ruthless have power. But a young human woman forced into a life of servitude is about to change everything. Kinna Heron is best known in her village for being a little wild, some say half feral, but she'll need every ounce of that ferocity to survive captivity in the cruel Fae court. Trapped as a servant in the fairies' underground kingdom of Mistay, Kinna must help her new mistress undertake 7 deadly trials, one for each branch of magic: earth, fire, light, void, illusion, and blood. If she succeeds, her mistress will gain immortality and become heir to Earth House. If she doesn't, the punishment is death, for both mistress and servant. With no ally but a sentient dagger of mysterious origins, Kinna must face monsters, magic, and grueling physical tests. But worse dangers await her underground, and soon Kinna gets caught up in the secret rebellion against the inventively sadistic fairy queen. When her feelings for the rebellion's leader turn passionate, Kinna must decide if she's willing to risk her life for a better world and a chance at happiness. Surviving the trials and overthrowing a tyrant king will take cunning, courage, and an iron will, but even that may not be enough. So that sounds really good. The bookstore owner did mention that she is currently reading this one, and the sequel comes out next week, I think is what she said, or next month, something around that lines. It's right around the corner. So if I end up loving this, I can already like go to the second book and not really have to wait for it. So I'm excited to read this one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good because I love Sarah Hawley. I love her writing. I love her characters. So we'll see how this one goes. And then the next one, I'm not going to explain to you what it's about because if you've been on BookTube or Book Talk enough, you probably know what it's about. And that's Gideon the Ninth. I have been holding off on buying this for the longest time, but I saw it there and I was like, I want to support, you know, a local bookstore and a local business owner and small business owner. And, you know, we all need indie bookstores and I don't want her to go out of business. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and purchase this. Again, I'm not going to explain to you what it is. If you've been on BookTube long enough or Book Talk, you know about Gideon the Ninth in this series. So I got that one. And then the last one is a sequel to a book that I just read. I think it was July, whenever I did my swapping screen time for page time, or like for reading. I read the first book in this series, and that is What the Hex by Jessica Clare. This is the sequel to Go Hex Yourself. This is about the one witch that the main character ends up meeting in like a magic shop in the first book. And then the main love interests, sort of, kind of best friend, acquaintance, confidant, rival, sort of. They have a complicated relationship. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're not. So it's one of those relationships. But he's very grumpy. He's very like surly and sarcastic and doesn't really like people. And she's like a bundle of sunshine. So she's really fun. I really liked her in the first book. So this is definitely a grumpy sunshine again. The first one was kind of sort of grumpy sunshine, but not quite. But yeah, so I also got this one. Again, I have been meaning to purchase this one. It's been in my Amazon Save for Later for the longest time. But like I said, I'd rather purchase it from an indie bookstore or a small business and support them. But yeah, so I got that one. And then this is my haul. I pretty much went to Bookmarx with this amount of books, and then I came home with this amount of books. So I did absolutely nothing for my TBR. Who is surprised? But yeah, that was my haul for today, and I will see you guys later.